Today we're going to talk about elapsed time. Elapsed time is when you're trying to figure out what time it is sometime in the future or sometime in the past, given a set parameter of how long it's been. At this point, I'm assuming you know how to read the face of a clock. If you're still not sure, go ahead and look at the center about telling time to the nearest minute. So on this clock right here, I can tell that it is 1:25. I want to figure out what time it'll be in 25 minutes. You always start by rotating the minute hand, and you're going to count by fives as you go around the clock. So here's my minute hand. Counting by fives, I would go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That means my long hand is now on the 10. I didn't pass the 12, so it's not a new hour, so it's still the 1 o'clock hour, but now it is 1:50. Let's try another one. Now my clock says it is 10:45, and I want to know what time it'll be 55 minutes later. A little different way of wording it, but the same procedure. I start with my minute hand, and I'm going to spin it around the clock counting by fives. 5, 10, 15, we have a problem. Once you pass that hour, or the 12, that means your hour has now shifted to a new hour. So I'm no longer in the 10 o'clock hour, I'm now in the 11 o'clock hour. Now that I have that in my mind, I can keep rotating around until I get all the way up to 55 minutes. So I had 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. My long hand is now on the 8. Now remember, I passed the 12, so I'm no longer at 10, I'm now at 11. And since my long hand is on the 8, I'm now at 11:40. So in this case, I really have to be careful. As soon as you pass that 12, you know that you've entered into a new hour. Now sometimes you have to figure out elapsed time by spinning the hands backwards. For example, this problem says, what time was it 1 hour and 10 minutes earlier? That means that I want to spin backwards. It's the same procedure though. I start with my minute hand and I start rotating backwards. So I want to know what was 10 minutes earlier. 5, I'm at the 12, so I know I need to do something with the hour hand. Since I'm spinning it backwards, I'm not going to push forward to 8, I'm actually going to push backwards to the 6. So now I'm at the 6 o'clock hour. And one more set of 5 brings me up to 10 minutes earlier. So now I'm at 6:55. Now I didn't just want to know what was 10 minutes earlier, I wanted to know what was 1 hour and 10 minutes earlier. Right now I'm at 6:55. I want to spin the hands back 1 more hour, which means I'm going to move this hour hand backwards 1 more hour, so it's on the 5. Now I'm at 5:55. On this next one, it says, what time will it be in 1 hour and 35 minutes? Now you notice I'm not directly on a 5, but that doesn't mean you can't still follow the same procedure. Notice that I'm 2 dashes or 2 ticks away from the 1. When I skip count by fives, I just want to make sure that instead of landing on the big numbers, I'm going to land 2 dashes past the big numbers. So right now I'm at 3:07. I want to know what time it'll be in 1 hour and 35 minutes. I want to spin forward 1 hour and 35 minutes. Do I start with the minutes or the hour? That's right, I want to start with the minutes. I'm going to skip count by fives, but instead of landing right on the big numbers, I'm going to land 2 dashes off them. I'm spinning forward 35 minutes. So here is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Do I need to adjust my hour hand at all? Nope, not yet. I didn't pass the 12, so everything is still fine with the hour hand. I know that my minute hand is going to end up 2 dashes past the 8, which is 42 minutes. Now I need to address the second part of the problem. I figured out what was 35 minutes later, but I want 1 hour and 35 minutes later. Now I do have to move that hour hand. I was between the 3 and 4 o'clock hour. That means if I go 1 hour later, I'm going to be between the 4 and 5 o'clock hour. So my new time is going to be 4:42. This last problem I want you to solve on your own. You can see that it's currently 6:40. I want you to tell me what time it'll be in 50 minutes. Remember, start with the minute hand, spin it around, and be really careful of that 12. If you pass that 12, it's going to affect your hour hand. Go ahead and push pause, and when you're ready to check your answer, you can start again. So you're ready to check your answer. We want to know what time it'll be in 50 minutes. That means I'm spinning the hands forward, counting by 5s until I've spun an extra 50 minutes. Here's my minute hand because it's 6:40. I want to spin and count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. I have a problem. I'm passing that 12. When I pass that 12, that means my hour hand needs to move forward to a new hour. So now I'm at the 7 o'clock hour. I've gone 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to keep going until I get to 50. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I'm on the 6, so my minute hand is now pointing down at the 6. That means, since I moved hours, I'm now at the 7 o'clock hour, and it will be 7:30. Did you get 7:30? If so, go ahead and move on to the next activity in the center. If not, watch this video again and try again. Good luck.